Single-player games are fun, but you know what's more fun? Games that you can play with your friends, family, and even strangers. If that's what you are looking for, we've got you covered. In this video, we are going to look at the 15 most fun co-op games that you can play with your friends for hours without getting bored. Starting with It Takes Two. This is one of the best co-op games I've ever played. In this game, you play as a couple who have been transformed into dolls and thrown into a fictional world that they need to escape out of by helping each other. There are puzzles to solve, obstacles to tackle, and a wide variety of enemies to defeat. What I love the most about this game, though, is that it never gets boring just when you think you've seen it all. The game throws something new and unexpected your way, whether it's a thrilling chase sequence or a mind-bending puzzle that requires both players to think outside the box. The gameplay mechanics constantly evolve, keeping you and your partner on your toes all the way to the end. So, if you're looking for a co-op game that guarantees non-stop fun and excitement, look no further than It Takes Two. Now, if you are looking for a co-op adventure that focuses more on the story than anything, you need to play FighterZ: A Tale of Two Sons. It's a unique and emotionally powerful co-op game that is loved by millions for its storytelling elements and gameplay. You and a friend control two brothers on a quest to find a cure for their ailing father. What makes this game so special is that each player controls one of the brothers, and you need to work together to solve puzzles and navigate through a stunningly gorgeous world. However, what I love the most about this game is how it tells a touching and heartfelt story with no spoken dialogue. Instead, it relies on the bond that it creates between you and the brothers to convey its story. It's not just a game, but an experience that will stay with you long after you've finished playing. If you're a fan of arcade fighting games, especially those epic crossover brawls from Capcom, MultiVersus might just be the perfect game for you. In this game, you get to play as your favorite cartoon characters across multiple iconic franchises going head-to-head in chaotic, action-packed battles. Whether it's Superman throwing punches at Shaggy or Batman taking on Bugs Bunny, this game brings together a wild mix of heroes and villains. I really dig the gameplay of MultiVersus. It's fast-paced and incredibly fun, with each character having unique moves and abilities that keep every match fresh and exciting. One-Armed Robber is a hidden gem that hasn't gotten a ton of attention. Even I just came across this game while exploring co-op games to play with my friend the other day. But trust me, it's worth checking out. The premise is super intriguing. You and your friends play as a team of quirky, one-armed bandits trying to pull off heists. Kinda like GTA Online heists, but in low budget but way more fun. With only one arm, everything becomes a hilarious struggle, from cracking safes to escaping with the loot. The game's physics-based mechanics lead to all sorts of unexpected and funny situations, making each heist a hilarious experience. But it's not just hilarious, it's equally challenging as well. It's one of those games that you might not hear much about, but once you start playing, you'll be hooked for many hours. If you enjoyed your time in Overcooked and now you are looking for something similar and equally chaotic, Manic Mechanics is the one to go for. This game is all about fast-paced, chaotic fun. Instead of cooks, you and your friends take on the roles of wacky mechanics trying to fix cars as quickly as possible. You'll be racing against the clock to repair vehicles with all sorts of crazy issues, from flat tires to sputtering engines and even fire. The workshop is a mess, and it's up to you and your team to bring order to the chaos. You will be shouting orders at your friends while laughing your lungs out in this epic co-op adventure. The iconic Contra title is back with a boom, and it's going co-op. This reimagining of the classic run and game title brings back the old-school shooting action with fresh new coat of paint, new stages, enemies, bosses, and gameplay mechanics for the modern gamers. You can play this game with up to 4 players in arcade mode or 2 players in the story mode. You play as elite commandos tasked with battling the Red Falcon terrorist group on the islands of Galuga. The game comes jam-packed with content, featuring 8 levels with various environments and epic boss battles, along with multiple playable characters, an arsenal of deadly weapons and overload abilities. This is the perfect game to play with friends if you want to relive the good old days of retro classic video games. Overcooked 2 is one of my favorite co-op games of all time. This game is absolutely chaotic and infinitely fun to play with your friends. In Overcooked 2, you and your friends step into the shoes of chefs, working in some of the craziest kitchens imaginable. Your job is to prepare food, serve it, and keep your customers satisfied. But it's not just about completing orders. Overcooked 2 always throws curveballs your way, like dynamic kitchen layouts and random accidents that keep you on your toes all along. What makes Overcooked 2 so addictive is its fast-paced gameplay and simple yet challenging mechanics that make it easy for anyone to get started with the game. A must-play if you enjoy playing party games with your friends. Grounded is one of the more recent co-op games that has been getting a ton of attention, so it makes sense if you have already played this one. but it definitely deserves a place on this list. Grounded shrinks you and your friends down to the size of ants, and you must survive in a backyard that's suddenly become a vast and dangerous wilderness. You are battling giant spiders, building epic bases out of grass, and exploring some dark dungeons that once seemed insignificant. I had a ton of fun playing this game with my friends, especially after its recent update, Fully Yoked, which added a ton of new content to the game. It's also one of the best looking games on this list with an incredible attention to detail. It's a complete package with crafting, exploration, and survival elements that keep the gameplay fresh and exciting. Whether you're working together to gather resources or fending off those creepy crawlies, the cooperative experience is top-notch. Unravel 2 is another awesome co-op adventure game designed for 2 players. It's a heartwarming journey where you and your friend take on the roles of adorable yarn creatures as you navigate through beautifully crafted environments filled with challenging obstacles. You will need to work together to solve puzzles, overcome obstacles, and discover secrets hidden within the world around you. Sometimes they can be as easy as helping your friends jump across broken bridges, while other times they will make you scratch your head in confusion. And while puzzles are a big part of the game, Unravel 2 is more about experiencing a narrative that explores themes of friendship, resilience, and the power of connection. Next up is Unrailed, a railroad-laying strategic co-op game. This game isn't for everyone. It can get pretty frustrating as it solely relies on teamwork and patience. In Unrailed, you and your friends are tasked to work together to build a train track across procedurally generated landscapes while managing limited resources and fending off various obstacles as you go. This game is pretty intense as it requires you to work against the clock to lay down tracks and keep the train moving. And that is only possible when everyone is doing their part correctly and efficiently to overcome unexpected challenges through rocky terrain, rivers, and even forest fires. It's been a while since I last played A Way Out, but I still think it's a great option for players who are looking for co-op adventures that take some serious planning and execution. It's not a casual co-op experience like many games on this list. A Way Out means serious business. You and your friend play as 2 convicts trying to break out of a high-security prison. You play the game in split-screen mode, always seeing what the other player does as you plan your next move and perform actions in sync. One of you might keep an eye on the guards while the other tries to pick a lock or find an escape route. It gets even better with its cinematic presentation and compelling narrative, which makes you feel like you are in some sort of an action thriller movie and not just some game. Knights and Bikes is a co-op game that's been around for a while, but I've just recently discovered this gem, and I am glad I did. It's an absolute blast for anyone who loves a good adventure with a touch of nostalgia. This game draws you right in with its hand-painted islands set in the 1980s. You and your friend play as 2 imaginative girls who embark on a quest to find hidden treasure. The game is packed with charm and humor, blending action, puzzle solving, and exploration in a delightful mix. You'll ride bikes, battle spooky threats, and use your unique abilities to overcome increasingly difficult challenges. This game is particularly great for kids with its vibrant and whimsical art style that perfectly captures the feel of childhood adventures. Now, if you are more into anime than cartoons, which is not the same thing, Dragon Ball FighterZ is a much better option for you. This game is perfect for DBZ fans and fighting game enthusiasts alike. Dragon Ball FighterZ offers fast-paced, action-packed gameplay that stays true to the iconic anime series. It comes packed with stunning visuals and smooth animations that make every punch, kick, and energy blast feel incredibly satisfying. You get to fight intense 3v3 battles as your favorite Dragon Ball characters from Goku and Vegeta, Frieza and Cell, pulling off devastating combos and special moves inspired by the original series. Even if you are not a fan of Dragon Ball but love fighting games, you should give this one a try. If you're looking for some real brain-bending challenge, Portal 2 is an absolute must-play. This game is a classic for a reason, and its co-op mode takes the mind-twisting puzzles to a whole new level. This game throws you and your friends in a test facility as 2 robots and challenges you with increasingly difficult puzzles that require precise teamwork. The whole gameplay revolves around you creating portals to solve each puzzle, which requires some serious teamwork and communication. It can be quite frustrating when you are just starting out, but once you get hold of it, the satisfaction of solving a tough puzzle together is simply unmatched. We Were Here is probably the most popular co-op series on this list, and for very good reasons. Each game in this series is a different co-op adventure where you and a friend find yourselves trapped in a mysterious, atmospheric environment and must work together to escape. You play different roles throughout the series, where one player might have to navigate through puzzles while the other provides crucial information using a walkie-talkie. The puzzles are very challenging and cleverly designed, requiring you to describe what you see and listen carefully to your partner's instructions. And the whole thing becomes much more immersive with an eerie atmosphere and immersive storytelling. If you love escape room puzzles, this game has got some of the best ones out there. I can't recommend this game enough. It's the ultimate test of friendship. And that wraps up our list of the 15 most fun co-op games that are totally worth your time and money. Let me know which game or games you think is the best and comment down any other game that you think deserves to be on this list.